Hey guys, it's Irad, and so looks like we are going to be even closer to the release of Star Citizen 3.18. We've got a PTU update post patch number 3 here from Jake Capella on Spectrum, and this one is really interesting because it is giving us indication of CIG's plans for the weekend as well as a possible release window for next week. So let's have a look at what they are saying here. Hi everyone, Star Citizen 3.18 is nearly out of the door and on the live server, so nearly, not there yet, right? As we mentioned earlier this week in Star Citizen, we'd like to team up with you guys for the final push. Did I say that before already? Anyway, over the weekend, we are planning to run some critical stress tests on the PTU starting on Friday. So guys, no PTU live. No 3.18 live this week. It's not going to happen. It's all going to be in the PTU first. So this Friday, we're going to have some stress tests So we're putting out the call for as many of you as possible to grab your swords, bow, axe, Pico plushie, or whatever else you got on hand and join us. We will be there. This will greatly assist with the gathering crucial data that will help us tackle any final remaining stability issues before live release, which we're hoping to achieve next week. Again, when CIG are giving us dates, you should not take it as granted. We've seen that so many times before, but again, it's a target. So the plan is to kick off with a 1 hour of testing on Friday at 8 p.m. Central US time. So that's 2 in the morning UTC on Saturday. That means that for me in the morning, that is 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Well, I'll be at work, so I will not be there. And then doing multiple tests throughout the weekend for 1 hour each. So we've got Friday here, so 2 a.m. Saturday, 8 p.m. Saturday, 2 a.m. as well. So that's going to be Sunday, 9 a.m. I can be there if I'm not sleeping. Sunday at 8 p.m. and Sunday at 2 a.m. All of that UTC. UTC is the time zone of London. Thank you so much for your support in helping us in this important update. Now, it's true that there are still some issues with 3.18. Unfortunately, these are things that are still happening. And we are seeing that in the patch notes from today's patch, which is still not perfect. There are still some issues that are happening, unfortunately. And this is something that is, I would say, that hasn't been really a staple with 3.18, but it's something that we are seeing patch after patch, right? Some of these issues that still remain the same. For example, we are thinking of some of the tram issues, or maybe some of the transportation issues. It's not just the tram, but it's also some issues that we're having with the elevators too. I was using a bunker a little bit earlier and the elevators were not working so well. It's also something like, for example, you're using the C2 Hercules. The C2 Hercules full of cargo, well, it's going to be having some issues too with, for example, if it's full, you're going to area 18, it's going to be freezing or doing some freezes or lowering performances as well. So these are things that they're trying to fix for the next patch. Also, some of the content is not there too. Wallace Klim still missing from the drug lab. I don't think that that's going to be fixed in 3.18 because it's been there for quite some time, sitting on the shelf. But it's just an issue that they know, but it's just not something that they're fixing, right? Also, content travel. I'm glad to see that it is in the known list here. Markers will randomly disappear after content travel with no route set. So that's also something that they probably want to be fixing, because content travel is very important, especially if they have like new players, they want to have a free flight, maybe perhaps, or every time there's a new player, there's a free flight. If players cannot use the content travel, they are going to be freaking out a little bit. A bed logout is not working so well as well. If you have an Adventure Titan, you're going to spawn into the wall on the ship logging. I was told that people also have this experience with the 315 that we've been flying yesterday in yesterday's video. If you are doing some shopping at Area 18, pharmacy kiosk, if you are buying some pharmacy items at Empire Health, this is going to result in an invalid location error. If you are using, for example, the Constellation, still now the Snub Fighter lacks interaction and you cannot use the Snub Fighter, which is a shame because it can be a very interesting way to escape a predicament if you're doing that, right? Looted armor, looted ammo clip dropped off the player. Now, this has not happened to me. as you can see in the play session before. I have not experienced that, but apparently it's something that can be happening. Salvaging. Some ships' wreckage show no material and do not let you salvage. That is an issue that's been there since the beginning. It's also a problem, right? You see a juicy wreck like a C2 Hercules, for example. You want to be salvaging the material of that C2 Hercules, which should be, one C2 Hercules should be enough to fill an entire cargo hold of a Vulture, right? But if you cannot do it because there's a bug, then that's also a problem as well. High capacity cargo vessels when loaded can cause a severe performance drop on both the client and the server too. So guys, don't trade. If you have a C2 Hercules, don't trade, because you're going to cause some problems with not just your client, but also the server, which obviously is a problem. Especially, they want to, all these cargo boxes now are physicalized, and they want to make sure that, it's stable enough so that these entities do not mess with the servers so much. But considering the fact that the servers were already quite overloaded before, and they had to, we all know that they had to remove locations in the past to leave room for the servers. I have no idea on having all of the cargo entities physicalized in the game, how that is going to affect server performance too. Stolen cargo does not behave as such and can be sold as legal cargo, guys. If you steal cargo and sell it as legal cargo, that is not a feature, it's a bug, so keep that in mind as well. Players can fall through elevators. The rest stops, sometimes players cannot call elevators from hangar interiors. You want to go to a rest stop, say Cruel 1, for example, after a hard day of labor. Well, you're stuck in the elevator, can't do anything. Same if you want to do a little bit of mining, go to the refinery, you can't. And finally here, ASOP terminals. When storing your ship, the ASOP terminal will set the ship to claim instead of retrieve. So it's still a lot of issues that unfortunately are probably going to stay. It doesn't mean that Star Citizen 3.18 is not playable. It's very playable. I've been enjoying playing it in the PTU for quite some time, except on Monday, I think, that we had a lot of freezes. But apart from that, it's been quite enjoyable. But some of these issues might still be a problem for the long run. I would say definitely the cargo issues, and perhaps also the transport, like public transportation, being a little bit jittery, which could perhaps result in some weird situations, and basically transportation being completely broken at some of these languages. So there we have it, guys. Target window next week, probably 3.18 in the live servers if everything goes right, and so we're gonna have to hammer those last bugs over the weekend. So I guess that CIG is counting on you, and I will definitely be there, guys. It's been the Eradicator. Shout out to Dr. Falbin, Wolfpack Pug, Zeo Crusher, and Deplorable Infidel. Don't forget to check out also our link in the pinned comment for the giveaway. We're giving away a couple of things. We have a 315p that you can win on the Glim. You'll find it in the pinned comment section if you join us on Discord via our video sharing contest, or also by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. We have a Narsai, Scorpius, and Taris that I will be buying as soon as 3.18 gets live. I've been Erad. I'll see you guys later.